Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy guide. I decided to try and get these out once a week, if not at all. So coming up next in guides is the ninja, or really the rogue. So let's talk about, what do we talk about first here? Abilities you get as a rogue. So as a rogue, you get Spinning Edge, which will start your combo, which is a combo starter. We'll go over that in a little bit. Shade Shift, which just nullifies physical damage, 20% of your magical damage, maximum HP. You get that at level 2. Level 1's obviously Spinning Edge. Gut Slash is a combo action for Spinning Edge, so obviously your combo will open up with Spinning Edge, and you go to Gut Slash. Kiss of the Wasp, which applies Wasp Venom to your weapon and increases your physical damage. You want this up all the time, 100%, or there's another one. We'll get to that one in a minute. You either want this one or that one, depending on what you need them for. I'll make a little section for that. Mutilate is a dot. You want to have that dot up 100% of the time, if not most times, unless the boss does something stupid. Hide, it's just a stealthy thing. You know, you could stealth. I don't really use this ability that much in Hide. It's just the fact that it's not very useful when going into combat, because one, it slows your movement speed, and two, if a tank pulls the boss, it usually knocks you out of Hide for some reason. Assassinate, it's a execute at 20%. Use it. Just that's all I can say about that. Throwing daggers, only if you really need to engage something from outside in the world at a range to bring it to you or to pull it before someone else does. Mug, again, this is another one of those things where you can use it in the world to get. I don't even think I really use this as part of my rotation. No, I really don't. Maybe I should. I don't know. I don't really use Mug because I found it kind of silly because it increases the chance of additional item if it kills the target. I've never really read this. I remember when this class first came out, but yeah. So I'm guessing. Apparently, some will drop more items. Goad, give this to anybody that really is low on TP. This cannot be put on you, unfortunately. It just increases their. It gives them more TP. You can slap it on to really anything that needs it. So a pugilist. Yeah. So really, give it to anyone that's looking low. So anything that uses TP, which is monk, paladin, monk, dragoons, warriors, dark knights, even, I guess, because they do use some TP. But otherwise, if no one's really in trouble, then don't worry about this. But give it to someone if they're in trouble. Sneak attack. It says it's one of those positional requirement abilities. Use this only if you're fighting, if you got to face tank something. But if you're doing an instance, you're not going to be using this ability, and there's a reason why. And I'll get to that later. Aelon's Edge. It delivers 100 potency unless you execute from behind target. And this is where, most time as an ninja, you want to be behind the target so you can get the bonus from the behind the target bonus. And obviously this is a combo ender, as I called it. It ends your combo. So then you just start over with Spinning Edge again. So basically, it spins. So with when you use Gut Slash, its combo potency is now 240. If used alone, it's 100, and you don't want that. You want to combo your actions. This class requires combos, so you combo your actions. We'll go over the whole combo system in a little bit. Combo Gut Slash, your potency is 240. Your rear combo potency is 320. So as long as you're behind the boss, you're going to deal a lot of good damage. Kiss of the Viper. This is the other kiss of insert more damage here, basically. You either want this or Wasp. It doesn't really matter which one. Wasp for stun and Viper for heal. It really depends on what you need it for. So pick one, go with it. Jugulate, silences the target, deals 80 damage. I don't really use this again because it's kind of weak. It's really only 80 potency. It doesn't really help. I mean, it's off the GCD. Again, you could use it when it's not on the GCD, but I personally don't really care. But if you have Wasp Venom effect, it comes a stun. Instead of a silence. So it's like a 1 second stun. Dancing Edge. This is another combo ender. So again, after Gut Slash, this does not have a positional requirement. However, its combo bonus is it decreases the target slash resistance by 10% and HP recovery via 20%. Now, this is also shared by Storm's Eye, which is a warrior's thing. So if you have a warrior in your group, he's most likely, or she is most likely going to have it up. So really, you can kind of cut out Dancing Edge out of your rotation, so you can get more of Outline's Edge into your rotation. That means you'll deal more damage. So if you got a warrior, great, you don't need it. But if you got anything like a Dark Knight or a Paladin, they're gonna love you because one, they do slashing damage, so they can hold aggro better. They'll do more damage also. Death Blossom is a 100. It's attack. It's an AoE ability. But really, if you're picking Ninja, you're not picking it for AoE. That's all I'm going to say about that. Shaofeng. Shaofeng is another combo. It's actually a combo ender, except it only follows with Spinning Edge. So after you Spinning Edge, it deals 200 damage, but its combo bonus is you deal damage over time for 40 at 18 seconds. So you have 2 dots. You have 3 debuffs you need to technically keep up. If no warrior, Dancing's Edge, Mutilate, and Shaofeng. So if you keep those 3 up, perfect. That's what you need to do. And then here's why you don't use the other ability here, Sneak Attack, because of Trick Attack. Trick Attack deals damage of 240, unless it's behind the target where it deals 400, and it increases the target's damage by taking by 10%. This is a party-wide buff. Anyone can be affected by this. So really, you want some kind of macro that I don't use, or anything to say, hey, boss is taking 10% more damage. Go crazy, you know? Go wild, or something like that. You get that at level 50, and obviously, I probably shouldn't have said that before. This can only be used under the effect of Hide. Now you're thinking, well, you don't really use Hide. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. It also starts to cast down with Sneak Attack. So really, plus really, you don't want to be in the boss's face, because some bosses do some nasty cleaves and most likely kill you. So that's why you want Trick Attack. You use Trick Attack every minute once it comes down. Hopefully, unless you want to wait for cooldown, so that you can deal more damage alongside your cooldowns. For your traits, obviously, Enhanced Dexterity gives you more dexterity. So you're dexterity based. Obviously, you want to spec. So when you spec into your little attributes here, make sure you pick dexterity. Don't pick strength or vitality. Not very helpful. You want dexterity. It helps a lot. All fours, all fours just reduce damage when falling. That's nice. Fleetfoot. Huh. That's pretty interesting. A foot. I haven't really read these before. So enhanced goad increases the amount of TP restored. So you just if your tank's running low, or if range DPS is, or some kind of like DPS is spamming AoE, you can drop this on them and help them do more AoE damage. So you don't really do much unit. Enhanced Sneak Attack is it's got increased potency. That's interesting. Enhanced Venom Wasp. Oh, okay. So Enhanced Venom Wasp improves the physical damage increased by Venom to 20% and changes the additional effect of Jugulate to stun. And then same thing with Enhanced Viper, it changes additional effect of Mug to absorb 50% health. Enhanced Mutilate increases the dot to 30 seconds, so it's obviously easier to keep up. And Enhanced Blossom increases the potency by Death Blossom by 100 to 100. So a lot of these are kind of meh, but these two are pretty good. In my opinion, this is really good for someone else. Let's go over the job abilities. So what does a ninja do? Well, a ninja uses ninjutsu. So for instance, you have 10. So obviously your ninjutsu is Ten-Chi-Jin. Then you have ninjutsu, and then you have Shurichi, which is just Rikichi is just kind of like if you need to move somewhere quickly, you need to move quickly to a new location. 10 is one of your ninjutsu kind of main abilities. Chi is the second, and Gen is the third. Now these you do in different combinations to unlock different things. So for instance, and Ketsu is used to reset your ninjutsu and use it on something. Use it on a thunder ability, which we'll go over here in a second. So you have Kanton, which is an AoE fire. Deals AoE fire damage. That's it. It's as simple as that. So its combination is Chi-Ten or Gen-Ten. So if you do Chi-Ten or Gen-Ten, you get it. So so you do Chi-Ten, boom, there's your fire. And now if you ignore it, it just, you know, goes away. Obviously, Murad has a cooldown. On top of that, it's also quite finicky. Murad is very, very picky right now. You suffer from life, you suffer from lag. The ninja really isn't for you because you're gonna fuck up, and when you fuck up, this is what happens. This little guy will appear in your head, and that can happen a lot. But obviously, right now it doesn't happen because I'm not an instance. But if I run an instance, sometimes I'll suffer from this lag. And the good news is they're actually fixing this in 3.1. So the three most important ninjutsu you need to remember is Huton, Sution, and Raiton, or however you say it. I don't know. Or Huton, Raiton. It's like Ton and Sution. Basically, wind, fire, and electric is how I remember this. So for Huton, you need to do it either Jin-Chi-Ten or Chi-Gen-Ten. So basically, how I remember it is I go on my bars, I go backwards. So I go Gen, Chi, Ten, and there's Huton. So then you want this up all the time. This is another buff. This is another buff you want up all the time. You want this buff up 100% of the time as best as you can. Don't let it fall off. It increases your attack speed. Basically, you want this attack speed. This will help you hit the boss faster. You'll deal more damage, obviously, over time. Now, Sution. This deals water damage of a potency of 180. Huton does not deal any damage. It's just a buff. You can keep that most of the time. This is a very important one. I feel like I'm talking too fast. This one will give us a little special ability, which allows us to cast our stealth abilities without having to be stealth. So this ability will be part of your opener, basically. So basically, what you do is before a boss pull, whether it's a dungeon, even like on trash, try and keep up Huton even on Huton up on trash. Sorry, I'm not very good at English. Keep up your attack speed buff up on trash all the time, even on trash. Just keep it up. It'll make trash go faster, obviously. And you come to Sution. So you can use that right on the pull of the boss. You can drop water on the boss, pop every cooldown you got, build up your stacks, and then go crazy. Or build up your combo point. Build up your combo points just a rogue. Oh yeah. Build up your combos. So do Sution is very simple. It's either Ten-Chi-Jin or Chi-Ten-Gen. How I remember this one, though, is very simple. I actually do the reverse of Huton. So instead of going backwards, I actually go forwards. So I do Ten-Chi-Gen, and boom. And then I get the buff. And then with this buff, as you can tell, I can come here, I can backstab and do trick attack, which, you know, is obviously that, right? So that's where you mainly use your stealth abilities. You really don't need hide. I don't know why they even have it. I mean, hide is great for PvE if you sneak around annoying mobs and stuff. Very simple as that. So, obviously, if you like, once you first get your ninjutsu, you'll obviously be using Fuma Shuriken until you get to your second, which is Chi. Now, the other one you want to be using, the other main ninjutsu you want to be using is Raiton. Raiton, it deals lightning damage of a potency of 360. This one is your filler ninjutsu, as I would call it. This one, basically, you just use when Huton is not up. When Huton is up at a decent, above, I'd say like 20 seconds. It's above 20 seconds. But that'll change later on. So this is used above, use this above 20, obviously 20 seconds is your ninjutsu cast timer. So you gotta wait 20 seconds. So make sure Huton isn't at 21 seconds. Otherwise, just refresh Huton. Very simple as that. Use this as, as a filler. Say your trick attack's on cooldown. Then just use this as your main, as a main ability. So yeah, so let's go again. Level 50 content is still very relevant in this game, so let's start off with level 50 content. Obviously, say before a pull happens, let's say you just, before a pull, you know, you're sitting in that circle waiting for someone to finish their little cutscene, or you got some new people, or, you know, you're getting ready to pull. Right before pull, right as soon as you load in, just get this buff up. Get your little attack speed buff up. Make sure, do a checklist. Got attack speed buff, good. Got Kiss of the Viper, Kiss of the other one, Kiss of the Wasp. You got one of those two up, good. Okay, you're good to go. Now, when it comes to the opener for level 50, it's very simple. Step 1. Now, let's say, for instance, I don't have a warrior in my group, so I'm by myself. So solo content, you want up your slash resistance. So how I do my opener is I gotta think about this. I do spinning edge, gut slash, dancing edge, gut slashing, or spinning edge, Shaofeng, mutilate, cooldowns, and then I just continue my rotation. I reset my ninjutsu, or I should. There we go, and then boom. That's kind of my opener. It's keep up my that, and then otherwise you keep doing the priority system that. Oh, did I fuck that up? I think I did. So, you know, you keep doing spinning edge, gut slash, keep up dancing's edge, melee has fallen off, refresh mutilate, Shadowfang's about to fall off, so refresh Shadowfang. Seeing as I am missing my attack speed buff, refresh attack speed buff. Keep doing that, and you know, make sure you keep your debuffs up, keep your buffs up, and when assassinate happens to do that, you assassinate your target when it's below 20% health, and that's about it. So that's like your level 50 rotation there, and I forgot to mention a few cooldowns that you want from other classes. So let's go over that real quick. I could totally cut this out, but I don't really care. So, I'm gonna go there. Yeah, okay. So what you want from other classes, what three mainly you want is Invigorate, Eternal Release, and Blood for Blood. Eternal Release and Blood for Blood will increase your damage during your burst, and Invigorate will be used for those long, annoying fights, because as ninjas, we run out of TP quick, because we are one of the fastest classes in the game right now. And then this and this are used for healing if you really want to. This one is just used to heal yourself, and this one is to help with party members if they're in trouble, like if, you know, you gotta stack up. Yeah. But usually if you got a monk in your group, you won't need to use this because he's got the improved one. So mainly these three is what you want, and you get Blood for Blood at 34. Basically level a Dragoon if you're gonna play a ninja, get the Dragoon at least to 34. That's only if you're one of those people that like to mid-max. All right, so now we talked about level 50 crap. Let's move on to what most people care about right now, is level 60. Well, at 52 you get Smokescreen, which is basically just say you got some kind of high damage dealer or healer that's very high up on the meters. You can just throw up a smoke bomb on them. It's not very useful in dungeons. It's not very useful in raids. But you can smoke screen somebody. Say like you see like a black mage or a summoner is pulling some high aggro on a mob. You can drop smoke screen. I usually put it on a summoner because I know a lot of summoners will just AoE quickly, and it's like, whoa, here you go. 54 is Armor Crush. Now this is going to help out with our rotation. So this is another combo ender. What this does is it delivers attack of 100 or 160 without anything. But if you combo it with Gut Slash, right after Gut Slash, its combo potency is 200, 220, or 280 if when done from a flank. So you basically want to use this from a flank. So you have two abilities that you do from, or four abilities that you do from different positions. Front, two in the back, and one on the side. So basically this is very important because this extends Huton's duration by 30 seconds. So when Huton gets below like 30 seconds, you can throw one in here real quick to keep it above a minute. This should allow you to never allow Huton to fall off. Mine fell off because I obviously wasn't doing a level 60 rotation. So, and then Shadow Walker. This is a misdirect. Any 80% of the hate or amenity you generate, any aggro you generate by you, So basically, you direct any target you hit will hate the other guy more than you, so you won't put aggro off the tank. Duality doubles number of critical strike chances for a single target weapon skill. Damage bonuses and additional effects will only be applied once. So if you use it on anything that uses it, only works on like 4 abilities anyway. So it works on everything, but it works on anything that's on GCD and or is anything that's on the GCD. So assassinate, trick attack, dream within a dream. We'll get to that in a minute. Sneak attack, trick attack, assassinate, and any of these abilities that are on GCD are not on the GCD are not affected. So anything like mutilate, spinning edge, gut slash, Shaofeng, Alon's edge, Alion's edge, guts armor crush, and dancing edge. What ability I normally use it on is one of my closing combos, which is Alion's edge, and that's when I mainly use it during times of high burst or just when it's on cooldown. Basically, use this on cooldown like any other combo. Dream within a dream. Use this on cooldown, off the GCD, free ability. It's great. It deals 3 fold attacks at 100 each, so it deals some good damage. Okay, now let's go over the 100 potency, or the 100 potency, the level 60 rotation. The level 60 rotation is very simple. It is really no different from level 50. So if you can get the level 50 done, you can do level 60 no problem. The only thing you have to add to level 60 rotation is armor crush, dream within a dream, and duality. So we'll start with the same opener as basically before. We'll get on Spinning's edge. We'll put our dots up. I don't know, like, I don't know if our dots snapshot or not. I think they do. I know summoners do, but I don't know if ours does. But basically, I usually try and get my dots up before I trick attack, so then I have dots up dealing a little more damage. That way I can get in a, an edge. Okay, let's refresh this one more time. All right, so here we go. So again, you do a spinning slash, gut slash. So see how if it's on cooldown, you just do your like kind of normal rotation, and you wait to 32 seconds. My bad. So you see that, then you can actually kind of put yourself here, and you just do your ninjutsu. You trick attack, pop your cooldowns, duality. Do thunder attack. Make sure you get Shaofeng up, and then reapply Dancing's Edge. And use Dream Within a Dream. Use Dream in a Dream when you have high damage up 2 and immediately fall off. So never unfinish a combo to reapply a dot. So reapply Mutilate. Use Ninjutsu. Now, okay. So when using your ninjutsu, oh, you see how my Huton's about to fall off, right? I'll use Armor Crush. You get 30 seconds back on it, just to keep it up. You just use it to keep it up. When it gets low, just use it to keep it up. Otherwise, just do your normal rotation. So Dancing Edge is about to fall off, so Dancing Edge fell off. I will refresh it. Mutilate fell off. I will also refresh that. And then Shaofeng is about to fall off. Refresh that. And see, now Trick Attack, and it's been 1 minute, so now I'll refresh this before I go cooldowns. I'll do Sultan again. Trick Attack for more, just for extra damage. I usually wait for cooldowns on this, so be careful. And you want as many Agalon's edges as you can get, which is usually just 1 in your weakened target. But again, it's for everyone, not just you. So gonna refresh that again. So again, Armor Crush, you want to move to the side of the target when you do Armor Crush. If you do Agalon's Edge, you want to be behind the target. And when you do Trick Attack, you want to be behind the target. Because if you use Trick Attack from the front of the target, Dream Within a Dream. If you use, so let's say for instance, you use Trick Attack in front of a target, it will not get the debuff. So say for instance the target spins around as you're hitting Trick Attack. It's not gonna deal its maximum potency, and 2, you're not gonna get the debuff. So say for instance, Yeah, I fucked up. See, that lag just happened there where I hit one. If you hit it too fast, that will also happen. So for time reason, I'm going to do this. So I'll hit target and say, you can also use this ability when you're walking to target just to put the thing on it now. But really, you want to get Dancing's Edge up for more damage. So say I use this, right? As you can tell, it does not apply the debuff. So this ability is very picky on where it wants to be. As long as you're behind the target, you'll get the debuff. It's as simple as that. And so slight overview, your priority system is keep your dots up, keep your debuffs up, basically. So keep up Dancing Edge unless there's a warrior. If there's a warrior, don't worry about it. It'll make your rotation a lot easier for yourself, especially for me. I get so happy when I get a warrior because most warriors is part of the rotation. Like Storm Eye is part of the rotation. I think it is a little bit better than Dancing Edge. I don't know. I need to level a warrior because they look like a lot of fun anyways. If that happens, then just apply your dots. Use ninjutsu. Make sure ninjutsu's on cooldown all the time. If there is an AoE, I guess I did forget to talk about some of the other ones. The other ninjutsus. There's 3 other ninjutsus I should talk about. Huton. I usually use this on AoE fights for shits and giggles because it's funny. Basically, if you bounce in between, so if you do 10 Jin-Chi, so basically if you go 10 Jin-Chi, that'll give you Huton. You just, it's only useful to a lot of targets, but like it's not very useful. It's, and then you have Hoyon. I don't know how to say this one. It's deals ice damage. It just is a bind. It's root. It's not really useful in PvE, obviously, unless you got to root something. And then this just deals fire damage to every target. Only used on bursty mobs that you need to burst down. Same thing with Huton. If it's like a lot of mobs, I usually will just do Huton. Then I'll reset my ninjutsu and do fire because it will crit everything. So everything will crit. So the fire is basically just if you cut off Gen or 10 or Gen. Yeah, 10 or Gen. So if you do 10, so if you do, basically with fire, if you do Chi-10, then that's fire. Or if you do Gen-10. So basically, you're going to do, this will be like, oh, you just kind of like root in here. So yeah. Right. Chi-Jin. So basically, with Rootin, you do like your starting combo for Huton or for Sution. So yeah, so that's basically it. So obviously, very simple steps is keep up your priority system. Use a priority system. I use priority system for ninja because its rotation's a bit kind of back and forth all the time. So keep up Dancing's Edge. If warrior, don't worry about it. Most warriors usually keep it up. Otherwise, dots keep up. Get as many Island's Edge as you can get in. Make sure you use your ninjutsu on cooldown, whether it's to keep up Huton, if you're terrible as I am, and sometimes forget to armor crush. Armor crush, I usually armor crush when it's under 30 seconds, or I know cooldowns are coming. I can get it to its duration. Also, armor crush does not. You can't just keep spamming armor crush to keep it up unlimited times. It caps out at 70 seconds. So no more than 2 or 3 times, really. You can use it 2 times in a row, and then that's what I sometimes will do. Before cooldowns are up, I'll just get my back up, and then I'll go crazy so I don't lose Huton so I don't lose my attack speed buff before my cooldowns are over. So keep that up. Same thing with everything else. So I think that's it for my guide. Is that everything? Yeah. So again, if you're doing PvE stuff, the stun, hide is very good. You can open up with a trick attack and kill the mob as quickly as possible. Oh, also make sure you got your buffs up. So you got your Kiss of the Viper and Kiss of the Wasp. Use this to get around quickly. Otherwise, yeah, use this when you're low on TP. This you can give to a target that's got no TP at all or is running low. Limit Break, since you are melee, you want to try and use this ability if it's the final boss at two charges. Deals 10% damage. Use it a little bit before because sometimes I get people like a tank or a healer will use it at exactly 10% because they don't think a DPS is going to do it, so they'll just fucking use it, and you're like, great, now I got to do fucking 10 more %. Excuse my language, but it pisses me off. Or a range will use it And it's stronger on melee because it's a single target, big damage. Like if ads were out of control in some fights, but most of these level 60 fights don't have that. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. If you get any more questions, leave a comment or come to my stream. I'm not going to be streaming tonight. It's Sunday. Today's my day off, but I decided to get this done with because I'm probably going to be spending the rest of the night waiting for this to render and my gameplay to render and then both to upload. So obviously I don't have the upload speed to do both. I don't think really anybody does in this world. Once they're all up tomorrow, more StarCraft videos will come up in the afternoon, and then in the evening I'm going to start my live stream around 7-ish, and we're going to be playing some Final Fantasy, some SWTOR, and Halo 5 launch party also. So come hang out if you want to watch some Halo 5. It's going to be campaign, and then right after that, I'm going to probably go to bed to finish the campaign because it'll be like 4 or 5 in the morning, or if not 6 or 7 in the morning my time, and I'll be I get tired after a certain amount of time. But there'll be that, and so yeah. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the gameplay.